Well, just so those who are aware, I'm going to re-upload all my videos. Trampoline Snake's got a bunch of my really old stuff, and it's going to take me a while to do it, but I'm going to try and upload as many as I can, as fast as I can. To be honest with you, I really don't want to have a bunch of subscribers. I think it's fine right here with what do I got, 10? That's fine. Fuck it. I never got into this for a whole bunch of people and all the squabbling and all the bitching and all the running interference. So that's why I know that there's something that's very unreal about all of this stuff. Biblically, the shortest verse in the Bible says, he wept. It says Jesus wept. It's in reference to the fact that this place is so unreal that he could not get it through people's heads that this place, it's not real like people think it is. And so he was so taken back that people were so tied to this system that in the story it said he wept. So there's something very unreal. There's it's very bizarre to me that there are men on here that want to be adored and they want to be worshipped and they worry about their ratings. Is that your worth, man? Is that what your worth is? See, that's what Jesus told the Pharisees. And I want to point this out. I think this is telling in itself. I mean, when people talk about the Jews, their leaders were called Pharisees. Okay? Well, what word does that sound real similar to that the Jews supposedly escaped from? Egypt. And that was run by who? The Pharaohs. So you have the Pharaohs in Egypt and the Pharisees in Israel. So it's not hard to track back, at least to that point, and then you keep going, you'll wind up in Babylonia. That you guys know the history already, but it just amazes me that full-grown men would actually come on here and run interference for no other purpose than to start trouble. Because I think what it is they don't get the views, and they go to somebody's channel that does get views, and somehow if they redirect the views by starting shit, people will come to their channel and look. It's the only thing I can think. Because I can tell you, I don't know any adults that act like these fucks on here. That's why I think that there's something very mechanical and very unreal about this whole YouTube thing. And I mean, like, the people are not real. I've done many videos alluding to the fact that TV and the computers do not portray reality. It's coming from somewhere else. So my point, I guess, I'm just kind of digressing, is I'll be uploading all my stuff again. I'm going to drop out the videos where people have pissed me off and I went after them, because those were only videos for that moment. There was nothing learning about it. They really equate to just scolding somebody. So there's no point. Like the Chrissy Sumer, with the Darth Vader face. How can anybody look at that and think that that's real? To think that that's normal? See, this is what I mean. Has everybody lost their mind? I mean, do the people that live in this reality, are they really that blind that they think that some broad's got this thing flying around her face and it looks like she's morphing, that's normal? I don't know, man. That's why I don't know. When Jesus was talking to the disciples after his crucifixion, well, prior to that, he told the disciples, I will bring you into remembrance. Okay, I'll bring you into remembrance. So, you're talking about remember. You know, what is remember? It's to come back together again. You know, they didn't even recognize him. You know, as the story goes, after his crucifixion, he came back. They didn't even know who he was. And then once he got talking to him, they remembered who he was. So Jesus said, I will bring you into remembrance of me. So this interesting stuff, the Bible. I know people don't like it because it, you know, everybody equates it to some fruitcake that runs around in the Vatican fucking little kids. We all know that's what everybody thinks of Christianity. The word Christianity has no bearing on anything because Jesus never used the word Christian. The word Christianity didn't exist in his time. And if you look back to the roots of it, you'll find out that the word Christian was a slang word similar to the word nigger. Because if you were Christian, you were a low-class citizen. You were a creep, a weirdo, a freak. Now, I'm not implying that that's what black people are, but I'm just saying the way that it was equated. You know, that people don't even stop to think that the word Christian is modern by standards of time. When Jesus came around, they didn't go, oh, it's the Christ, everybody be a Christian. That was a word. The first church was made in 100 AD. It was the Church of Antioch. Alright, so this Christian stuff ain't been around that long. There was a form of it before that called Mithras, I believe. And what's interesting about Mithras is that it was the worship of the planet Saturn. So, again, a tie back to that, you know, the old saying, all roads lead back to Rome. No, they don't. They lead back to Saturn. I didn't create the system. I didn't make it. It just is what it is. And the guys that run this place, Capitol Hill, comes from Capitol Line Hill in Rome. It was a temple that was dealing with money that was built in reverence to Saturn because he's the god of commerce. The U.S. Supreme Court that passes the laws of the land has Hammurabi's head carved on the side of it. He's one of the pantheon of guys, of gods, whatever, from Saturn. The whole Mesopotamian Babylonian thing. What is that doing on the side of the U.S. Supreme Court? Because he's one of the original lawgivers. See, these are things that you can't move and say, well, maybe it means this, maybe it means that. It doesn't. You live under a fascist system because Saturn is the god of time and space and law. Because the law is our cycles. And so those laws are immovable. And so those laws get fractaled down into speeding tickets, if you can understand what I'm saying. But they're laws, and so the law of Saturn rules the law of the Earth. Everybody just pins it on Rome because Rome is the one that went around in modern times beating everybody's ass and killing them and making them, you know, accept an ulterior lifestyle. The Phoenicians did it before that. There's a whole lineage. But to end this thing, I'm going to upload all my videos. I'm going to try and stay out of conflicts with people, and hopefully I'm going to go back to work this coming up week, hopefully, or at least by January, and pick up where I left off in 2008, because something happened then. I don't know what happened, but something in the world changed then, because it ain't been the same for me. So anyway, that's it. Just so you know, I'll be uploading my videos.